Urbs was not founded by architects,
Right.
is the best part. And as designers, we're a very future-oriented profession.
Right.
So we have certain skills, which is to create visions, reimagine things,
We have to make the government understand that, okay, this what you promised may not actually be the need of the hour and something else is the need of the hour.
Right.
Redevelopment is something that's not really just for, say, the informal settlements. I hope we bring hope to this platform, and we've also learned a lot from all the others.
This is Design Darshan at BITS Design School, and this is the Care Value Place edition.
I'm Srividhya,
And I'm Gauri.
and today we're sitting with Kareena and Samidha. So to start off, for our viewers, would you like to introduce yourselves and what you do?
Sure. Okay, so hi, I'm Kareena. I am professionally trained as an architect and a landscape architect, and together with Samidha and Rahul and Matthias, who are the co-founders of Urbs, we run a participatory planning collective.
Hi everyone, I'm Samidha. I'm also professionally trained as an architect and also as an urban planner. And I'm also part of with Kareena, the Urbs team. We have our office in Dharavi. That's where Urbs began from.
So you mentioned participatory design. What does that mean?
So basically for us, we've understood, we were very curious about a neighborhood like Dharavi, because that's where we got to see direct participation of people and engagement with their environment. So there's been no planners, there's been no architects, any civic officials, nothing. The government hasn't even provided services, So, but people have participated within their communities, have engaged with their environments, have shown incredible resource and skill, and have built a place like Dharavi. So for us, Dharavi became like a lab, like a place that we could learn how to do this. Like, how have you created this amazing place like Dharavi? Of course, we're not completely romanticizing it. It does have its difficulties as well. But it's still, I believe a lot of you have been to Dharavi. So I think there's a lot that we can learn from there. So this is what we mean by participation.
Right.
And how do we encourage this spirit of participation within communities like anywhere in the world?
So she mentioned some challenges, like what are some of these challenges and how did you guys help the community overcome this?
So, because Dharavi is, it's actually like almost confined, and more and more people are residing in Dharavi. It has become dense. And that density has also led to physical density, has also led to lack of light and ventilation. And this is also because the government is not even allowing people to develop themselves in a certain way, however the people want. So hence that has led to certain challenges like poor sanitation, water supply system. And here also the government has like prohibited people from having like washrooms, toilets in their houses and running water taps in their houses, but they are asking people to use community toilets and community taps. However, like people are there, they have running their businesses, etc., and actually aspire to have toilets and basic amenities like taps in their houses. And so that has led to infrastructure problems as well. So these are several issues that we are working on. Like currently we have a project in which the community actually wants us to redesign an entire water sanitation and stormwater infrastructure for the neighborhood. It's in Dharavi, Kolivada, not the larger Dharavi, but just a village of Dharavi.
So how do you visualize the redevelopment of areas and make sure that they're inclusive? Apart from participation, what else do you look at?
So, we've said participation is really key. And from within that, all kinds of strategies and stories emerge. So I think that would be the foundation. And how we don't really have, like, we don't look at redevelopment in a certain way, but like coming from these principles of participation, recognition, form follows process, it's more about, giving agency or acknowledging that people already have agency. And as designers, we're very future oriented professions.
Right.
So we have certain skills, which is to help to, make drawings, illustrations, create visions, reimagine things. So I think that's where our role could be, like to understand needs and then kind of reimagine what those needs could look like, because it's very important to spark the imagination. And that's when, you kind of infect someone with an idea, and it becomes a shared vision.
Right.
And when you have a shared vision and that you, like, share collectively with the community, it's the community's vision, but you're just kind of giving it some sort of, you're animating it. And that's when, you can really work incrementally towards any kind of redevelopment project. And redevelopment is something that's not really just for, say, the informal settlements. Like the whole of Bombay is actually right now under redevelopment, right? Old buildings are coming. It's like a big construction site. So it's constantly happening around us.
So when you rebuild an entire part of the city, you would be interacting with a lot of government officials, right? So what's your process with that? And do you find any challenges when you're, as designers, when you're trying to explain the solutions that you have? And yeah, what setbacks have you faced there?
I honestly, we find many challenges, especially interacting with the government. With community, the challenge it's mostly with the community. It's building trust, building relationship. But with the government, it's like to make them understand the needs of the community. Because the government can also have different sets of agendas, which they have to fulfill as per their electoral speeches, right? So we have to make the government understand that, okay, this what you promised is may not actually be the need of the hour, and something else is the need of the hour.
Right.
And but so there have been we have experiences working with the government in different cities. So all these experiences are not similar. Like working in Mumbai, you have to like really tell the government like what participation is mean. It does mean. And when we are working in say Kerala in Kochi, we had a project going on there. There because the entire state is politically active, and so they know participation, like the meaning of the term participation. So there we had no problem explaining them participation and people contributing into design, people contributing into building their own neighborhoods, that all the government already knew. So it's about like making government understand the need of
Right.
How do you think the conference contributes to this, to your agenda, and what did you bring to the forum?
Wow, loaded question. I think the thematics of the conference, like care, value, place, for us, we really resonated with that.
Right.
Because place is like our starting point. And then once you embed yourself in place, then, you start seeing like all these relations of care. You start seeing the value that's inherent to place in terms of human skills and assets and the environment. So all the three thematics have been like very, very much aligned with how we work and operate. And what do we bring to the forum? I think I hope we bring hope to this platform, and we've also learned a lot from all the other speakers, because it's been great, to listen to all these inspirational stories. It's given us that kind of energy as well. And I hope that, everything we've shared is relevant to you guys, the students. Actually, at first, we thought we were presenting to the students, but we were happy to interact with and present to you guys on the day before.
Right.
Yeah. So we're hoping that that's where we've had the most impact.
Yeah. So do you think the model of design you followed in Dharavi would work for any other city? And, how would it change? How would your process change as well?
Um, Actually, right now we already have exported our learnings from Dharavi to other parts, other cities in the world.
Right.
So, what are all our methodologies, all our principles of understanding urban development are actually stemming out from Dharavi. Whatever we have learned, whatever we have understood from the community, we have shaped certain methodologies towards participation. We have shaped certain understanding of how neighborhoods are formed, etc. And so now those understandings are actually what our team in Geneva is using for their projects in Switzerland, our team in France, then also our team in Colombia. They are also doing projects on based on the learnings from Dhara. So they are co-opting based on the context,
Right.
because of course it's a different context, socially, historically, etc. Everything is different, but the principles, the core values are very much the root is in Dharavi.
So, what do you think is the difference between your architecture education and the learning experience and the education you got from Dharavi?
Again, great question. And so in Dharavi, we've discussed this a lot. Like we've had to unlearn everything we've learned. I mean, maybe not everything, but like a lot of like how design is supposed to be. Like you're supposed to be hired by this client who you're gonna, show all kinds of like design proposals, and then it's a very different mode of practice. So, like we said, that for us, it's always been about how do we shift from architecture as a professional practice to kind of architecture as a cultural practice,
Right.
where like the community themselves is working. And what's been really enriching, I think I can speak for Samidha as well, is that we have an interdisciplinary team. So Herbs was not founded by architects, which
Right.
is the best part. So Herbs was founded by Rahul Srivastav, who's an anthropologist. So that already gives it a very unique lens.
Correct.
And Matthias Echenove, who has a background in economics and urban planning. So he really deeply understands that the economic life of a city is closely tied to like the urban life and
Right.
kind of what makes it. So for us, it's also been great to interact with, people from various backgrounds and then to together like work on a shared, passion and see what comes out of it. In fact, Rahul is heading Herbs Paris now, and he's really into using like fiction and narratives and documentation as a form of intervention.
Right.
So he's doing more of that and screenwriting, and how filmmakers and urbanists are both place-based kind of practitioners, right? So he's making links between those two. So it's a very a very kind of intellectually like stimulating atmosphere.
So it really shows the transdisciplinary.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we learn here at BITS.
That's great. Yeah.
You said that what you hope you bring to the table is hope. And I feel like this conversation definitely gave us a lot of hope for all that's to come in the future, and maybe potentially what we could do as students as well. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast.
Yeah, thank you
It was
for having
so fun.
us. And it's always inspiring for us to meet you guys as well.
Yeah.
Come to our office if you're allowed.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much.